What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday, it is capture rate day, and there's a 50% bonus, and let's just make sure we're wearing the right runes, which we are. So let's get down to it. No need to dilly-dally or anything. Let's get down to our raid 4. So we're still going for Duobomz. I haven't actually spent any time between last week and this week doing capture rate. So normally I do capture rate video on Thursday, and then I do the rest of the Thursday capture rate bonus and everything, and then on the other days that have capture rate on them, so I think it's Saturday and Monday, I want to say off the top of my head, I usually put well no, Monday's the capture rate and experience, I think. Saturday is capture rate and item find. I usually use that for item find, but either way, Thursday, and we'll say Thursday and Monday for hypotheticals. I use the capture rate runes. However, this Monday I just did item find because I am trying to get those legendaries to fill out my set, to fill out my gear, I should say. So I did use that capture rate day for item find, even though there was no item find bonus. So it's been a week since I've done any form of capture rate. So I haven't had any luck getting Duobomz in the last few weeks. Hopefully we'll get one today. This is the first raid of the day. I've done some PvP and trials and expedition today, but I haven't done any raids yet. So I thought I would wait until I was recording to do that, and we can we can do something. So again, we're still just one Duobomz short of getting a +4 Welcome, and then we're one Duobomz and one Driven short of getting a +5 Welcome, and then we need to start the whole Welcome process again to get a 6th one for the Mythic Fusion. And then once we have the 6th one, we can start going on to get Zolofby and go to raid 5 and 3 to do all of to get Zol and Bully and all that good stuff. And of course, I'm still doing World Boss on pretty much every day for energy to get all the Hobbit feet and stuff that I need. And we do also need I think let's just check after this dungeon is done. I think we need a couple of Velks. So that's 10 Hobbit feet each, and then I think we need 15 Hobbit feet on top of that. So I think it was 35 Hobbit feet total. We already have 2 Velks made for our 2 Walkums, so effectively that's just scratch them out. We need a completely new Torlag. Right, we need everything from scratch. So it'll say that we have 2 Velks, but they're already reserved. So we'll take a look at how many Hobbit feet we have and how many we actually need. I'm pretty sure it's 35. Well, it's 15 and then 2 Velks, and the Velks are 10 each, so equals 35. But again, we'll check after this and see how much of a progress we've made. I've been doing a bit of World Boss recently, as I've mentioned quite a few times. That is my favorite and go-to place to get legendaries. I seem to have more luck in World Boss than anywhere else, and so I've been doing a bit of that and been getting some of those Hobbit feet that I need. So if we go to Fusion, we see here we need Torlag. Unfortunately, it's not your lag, which is the one we already have, which is annoying. But Torlag. So, oh shit, you need 3 Velks. My god. Okay. So that's 45 Hobbit feet. Well, shit, we have 10. So this is going to be a doozy. This is going to be a long time coming. We could make a 3rd Velk, and then just get 15 Hobbit feet and make a Torlag, and then we're one spot closer to that, and then all we need is the Zolofby, but we want to max out Walkham first. So either way, I'll keep working on off time and everything. I'll just keep doing world bosses till the cows come home, and keep doing Orlag and just get Hobbit feet like crazy, or hope to at least, because they're kind of hard to get, right? They're pretty rare, but that's what we'll do. For now, we're still going for this Duobomz. It just doesn't seem to be dropping at all. I haven't had basically any. I have, like I said, I have been using my item find runes, but even with item find runes in raids and stuff, I just haven't been having any persuasions pop up whatsoever. So bit of a persuasion dry spell as well as a gear legendary dry spell. We're still hoping for that set offhand as well, because the offhand is the only piece of gear that we're missing from being max tier 9. And rather than upgrading a offhand, like a legendary offhand, and then getting the set drop, and then basically exchanging that legendary to get all the materials back to upgrade the offhand. Hopefully we get the offhand first, but knowing RNG and stuff, it's probably not going to happen. But we can hope. But yeah, haven't been getting any persuasion options either, which kind of sucks. Definitely a dry spot at the moment. As I mentioned in last week's video, a lot of people are kind of in a dry spell as well. So I mean, it's not good to see, because I don't want anyone to have a dry spell. My dog just walked past and kind of scared me a little because she brushed up against my leg. It's not good to see, because I don't want anyone to have a dry spell. I want everyone to, you know, get what they're looking for. But I guess it's nice to know that, you know, everyone has dry spells and that, you know, you're not alone type thing. So they do happen. It's the nature of the game. It'll turn around, and eventually, you know, we'll get the Duobomz we need, and the legendary and the set pieces and all that good stuff. But hopefully it's soon, because it's pretty frustrating, especially as free to play. If you're having a dry spell as a, I like to call it pay for convenience rather than pay to win. It depends how, if you're, oh, there you go, there's a legendary. Not one we need though, god damn it. That's unfortunate. We just used our legendary luck on a lower tier. Well, shit. It's a capture rate video, not an item find video. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Either way, we're in a rut. That's basically it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you pay to win, for convenience, whatever, and you're having a dry spell, that kind of sucks. Maybe even worse, because you're spending money and you're not getting the drops. But it's kind of that you do that for that reason, to avoid that happening, right? It's like, oh shit, nothing's dropping. Well, I'll put down a I'll use a bub, and all of a sudden, you know, you got item find like crazy and all the rest of it, and you get all these set drops and mythic drops and all that sort of stuff. But it's a purely free to play with not really access to that stuff. When you get in a dry spell, it hurts, because it's just like, well, it's been a month now with basically very little, and a month in this game is a long time when you're trying to get something and you're not getting it. So, you know, luck has to turn eventually, and hopefully it will. I have got a few legendaries in the last couple of weeks, but nothing to write home about, right? Not like I'm getting, you know, 4 a day or anything like that. It's just one, maybe one a week or something. So we're still a ways off. But like I said, hopefully we can get that legendary set piece. Sorry, not the legendary set piece, the offhand set piece. That would make me happy. That would go towards, you know, that's the best case scenario, getting that. So if we can get that, it'll all be worth it. But we shall see. But as far as capture rate, yeah, like I said, Duobomz is +4 Walkham, and then another Duobomz and a Driffin is +5 Walkham, and then we can start working on a new Walkham, or not your lag, Zolivby, and move on to some other things. But this son of a bitch just will not drop. He will not come up for persuasion. And then again, if he does, it's been, like I said, it's been a rut. It's been a while since he's popped up. We're only spending gold, so it's going to take some time. But hopefully the luck of him coming up will continue, and that luck will spur into us persuading him, and we'll actually get him, which would be nice. But at the moment, I'll just take a persuasion of anybody, because I don't know, it just seems like nothing will come up for persuasion at the moment, regardless of what it is. I should just do like a dungeon and take off the duplicate persuasion things, just to see that the mechanic's not actually broken and that does still exist, and you know, just persuade a comment or something, and you know, get the morale up, like, yes, I persuaded something, fuck yeah. But no. So yeah, same process and same kind of objective goal thing that we're headed towards. Nothing has changed, and nothing will change for quite a while. So there's not too much to report on kind of what we're aiming for. We did take a while there, a couple of weeks where we kind of talked in the comments, and people gave their opinions and stuff on what we should do. And now that we've kind of made that decision, which is good, because it's always good to have you know, a set goal of what you're trying to achieve, rather than just go around aimlessly. It is good to have that, so we know what we're going for. Now we just got to get it. So we will try our best. No legendary this time, which is a bit of a kick in the nuts, actually, getting a legendary on tier 4. Oh well. at least that mechanic's not broken, right? They're still dropping. So talking about stuff I've heard and questions I've got during the week. Still getting the schematic questions. I think I mentioned a while ago that I was going to make a video about schematics specifically. I already have. I already made a video about Bobbadom, Korgs, and Wimbo, and where to get them, and why to get them early, and all that sort of stuff. But I just keep getting questions over and over and over again about it. So I don't really want to make another schematic video, because I already made one. But I just keep getting questions about similar things. So it kind of makes me think that maybe if I make a new video with new, with updated information and stuff. But then again, there's people that won't see that video, and then they'll start watching my content as of like today, for instance. And they don't know that video exists, that I've already made, and then that's why I get all these questions. So unless someone goes through your playlist and looks at all the videos you've done, even if I make a new schematic video, like 2 months down the track, I'm still going to get schematic questions, which I can link to that video, which is what I do now. I link to the video I've already made. But it's a bit frustrating having to repeat myself over and over again with very, very similar / the same information that I've been telling for the past 6 months or something. But I'm happy to do it. It's just, yeah, it does get a bit frustrating when people some people don't put in the effort to really do research for themselves. They're just like, oh, well, this guy's, making videos in YouTube and stuff. I'll just ask him for every little information I ever need. And that does get a little irritating. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit sometimes, when it's just like, well, you ask me a question. If I don't know the answer, I have to go to the wiki and look it up and then tell you. You can just look at the wiki yourself, type thing. But that's why I recommend jumping on my Discord, because it's got a bunch, 200 plus players on there that are all talking and offering advice and friends lists and stuff. So if you do have a question and you're not sure about, what you should be going for, or is this better than this, or where do I find this, or that sort of thing, you can just jump on the Discord and get a answer in real time, and get, talk to 200 plus people that are all talking about the same similar options and similar questions. So I still plug it. I will plug it until death. The Discord, my Discord, is a good place to be for a Bit Heroes player, especially if you're new, but in general, because everyone just bounces ideas off each other. And yeah, if you're looking for some information, that is by far the best place to go. All the information is in the wiki. Like if you're looking for a specific familiar and where it drops and all that sort of stuff, if you just go to the wiki and look it up, it's there. But if you go to the Discord and, if you're asking like, hey, what about this? Like, you can get feedback. Because there's one thing reading text from a website, and there's other things like talking about it and actually getting real life feedback from someone that has done it or something. So, the question of like, should I get Wimbo or Remoraid as my healer? It's like, that's a question. You can try and Google that, and the answer might not even come up. And you can go to the wiki and you can look at Remoraid and Wimbo's skills and stuff. You can compare them or whatever. But if you get someone's actual opinion and go, hey, which one should I use as my healer? Then you go, oh, I'll get Wimbo because you got a spread heal and it can crit and max heal and all this sort of stuff. And it's spread across the whole team. Whereas Remoraid is a single target healer, which isn't as good, but he's got the crit damage for and the single target attack for PvP and etc. So yeah, join the Discord if you're not already there. It's definitely a good place to come for information. But if I can help you in the comments, I will. But maybe if it's just a simple question, maybe search it first. Because yeah, like I said, a lot of the time I'm searching exactly what you ask me to find out the information to tell you, and you can just skip that process. But if it's an opinion-based thing, Discord or ask me, that's fine. What else can we talk about? It's not too much, actually. It's like we've kind of reached a plateau of information where we're doing, we're doing the Walcom thing and the Mythic Wall fusion, aiming towards that for item find, for capture rate. And undefined, we're trying to get that set offhand, which we've talked about, and then upgrading to max tier 9, and then starting to upgrade our legendaries into sets. So we've kind of got a plan, and we've had a plan for a while. So there's not really new information coming in as far as new decisions to be made or something. So apart from going over the questions that I get each week, There's not too much else to bring up related to actual Bit Heroes mechanics or anything. I can just rant about things, which I do, and you know, I could start telling stories or something. But as far as actual help and being helpful and giving advice and stuff, unless there's specific things that we're talking about, the broad help over all the videos I've done, if I say it again, I'm just going to be repeating myself for the third or fourth time. So if you've got any questions or anything, chuck them down in the comments, and then the next video I'll get around to answering them. But like I said, if it's a simple little question, you could probably find out some by Discord or or the wiki. Either way, let's continue. So, staying to form, true to form, I should say. Still no persuasions. Not even the freaking blue robot dog thing or the red guy. Just nothing's coming up for persuasion. So I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely a lack of persuasions going on. I'm gonna double check, even though I've probably double checked this a million times, that we're not saying declining. We don't even have the duplicates, so that wouldn't even work. So there's no point actually checking that, but when nothing's happening, you check everything just to make sure, right? So, not having much luck, which is unfortunate. Because we're so close, right? That's what I was saying earlier, last week I think it was, that if you're trying to go, oh shit, like, I want to make +5 Walkham, I only have 1, I've got 4 to go, oh, that's such a high mountain to climb. You know, again, all the experience and that sort of thing I talk about is all free to play, because that's what I've never spent a cent. So as a free to play player, it's a huge mountain to climb to +5 something, a legendary that is. And you're just like, but when you're this close, when you only need like 2 familiars, 3 really, 2 separate familiars, but yeah, 3 familiars total to +5 something. It's like, the end is right there. You're so close. It's just around the corner. And it just seems like it takes even longer. Because sometimes, you know, like, when I was fusing Fatty, for instance, I needed 5 Yetis. And it's just like, okay, grab a Yeti. Oh, that's cool. And then, like, a couple of days later, you grab another one. Oh, yeah, alright. And then it gets to, like, you've got 4 out of 5. And that 5th one will just not drop. It just, like, the first couple, you just go, oh, yeah, cool, nice, alright, whatever. And it's not really a big burden or pain in the ass or anything. It's just like, it just comes naturally, and you know, everything's fine. But as soon as you get close to maxing out the thing that you want, it's just like time stops still and just nothing happens. And it's kind of true to form with my total score on my TS as well. Like, we're 1 piece away. We're that offhand away from being maxed out TS, and it can't get legendaries. So yeah, I think when you're not really thinking about it, you're not too worried, and you're just playing for the sake of it, that's when you get all the drops, it seems. But when you really want something, that's when it doesn't drop, unless you pour monstrous amounts of materials into it. You know, like 2 raid shard basket things, and you do like 40 or 50 raids, and then you drop like 100 plague badge things, and you do like a gajillion expeditions and stuff. Just war of attrition, eventually you're going to get it, because you're doing so many of that. You know, raid 6 for instance, eventually you're going to get the set piece, just because you're doing it so many times. But when you're just logging in each day, it seems like a massive slow grind, right? Experience, same sort of thing. I got that feeling at the moment, like I've been getting there towards level 300 for a while now. Every week I seem to go up a level or 2. And again, free to play, it's very slow. But I do have those legendary experience runes that I pretty much haven't used since I hit level 200. As soon as I got my legendary capture rate runes and legendary item find runes, I find them a lot more useful. You know, for instance, right now, trying to get this Duobomz, giving myself 40% more capture rate. It's not the best thing ever. It's not like the most helpful, like it's massive game changer. Like I put that on, oh man, my chance of catching familiars is skyrocketed. But it's all a help, right? If you're trying to catch this familiar, the only thing that's going to help is capture rate. A tiny little bit is better than nothing. So that's the mentality, right? Same thing with item find. 40% is not much, but if you really need that, that set piece or something, you need item find. Tiny little bit's going to help. Whereas experience runes are kind of just universally good because there's no level cap. Experience goes on forever. The higher level you get, the more experience it takes to get a level. So I think I mentioned this in my tutorial videos, my 10 episode guide videos, that I recommend getting experience runes early on and just using them, because the item find runes aren't really going to help you too much as you're leveling up, because you just want to get to max tier like kind of as soon as possible, really. The capture rate runes will help you if you're trying to capture, you know, like Squibbo and Squib for Squibbo and all that sort of stuff. But experience is always useful. So what I was thinking, and what I had a chat to in my Discord channel, as I was talking before, which is a good place to, even for me, you know, I rattle off ideas and questions and stuff to people and get people's advice and what they think and all that sort of thing, is that it's taking a long ass time to get to level 300. Like I said, the closer I'm getting to it, it seems like the longer it's taking. And what I thought is, for Thursday, once I reach level 300, it's a pretty big milestone and everything. Once I get to level 300, use the capture rate runes on a Thursday, and use the item find runes on a Sunday for the videos. But every other day, all the, like the minor buff days, where like Monday, where it's like 30%, I think, capture rate and 30% experience or something like that, and Friday, where it's PvP day, and all you know, all those days that aren't the 50% capture rate and the 50% item find, where the two big ones. Just use experience runes for those 5 days, but use item find runes on Sunday and capture rate runes on Thursday. So capture rate, yeah, the two runes related to the 2 days, and then the other 5 days just use the XP runes, because 40% experience is actually pretty huge. You think about it, right? You do like right now, without experience runes on and everything, let's say it takes me you know, a million XP or something. Let's just hypothetical. It takes me a million XP to level up. If I use those runes, effectively by the time I reach a million XP without the runes, I would have earned 40% more XP. So I would have earned 1,400,000 XP. So you're getting a shitload of XP effectively for free. That was a really bad explanation, and as you probably know if you've been watching me for a while, maths is not my strong suit, but 40% experience is, it's nearly half a level. So every time you level up, you get nearly half a level for free. So my thought, like I said, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, use experience runes. Thursday, for the videos, use capture rate, and Sunday use item find, and we'll just see how much of a difference it makes to leveling up. I mean, leveling up is good, and for every level you get a free stat point, which is pretty significant actually. Like, you think about it, if you're in, say I'm max tier 9 right now, and I've got, say, again hypothetical, say I've got 4,000 TS, and then someone else is max tier 9, and I'm level 300, and say someone else has got max tier 9 and they're level 200, they're going to be 3,900 TS. So I've got 100 more TS to them just from leveling up. 100 TS isn't huge, but when you consider that you get one free stat point, one free TS effectively for every level up, as well as if you're exchanging your PvP coins and everything for stat points in the trade option thing, which I'll go into a sec after this, because it's while I'm talking about it, I may as well show it off in case people are not aware that that's a thing. You can mass up some TS pretty easily just by getting levels and exchanging those PvP coins and stuff. So I think I'm not too worried. I'm not a min-maxer and all that stuff, as I've mentioned, and I'm not too worried or particularly care about like the highest level players in this game, like SSS1 and all that sort of stuff that people seem to be really interested in and always talking about. Like, I couldn't care less, to be honest, what they're doing, because I don't know, it just doesn't interest me. But I do know from what people have told me that I can't remember what the other player is, but the SSS1, whatever his name is, isn't as high a level as someone else. So there's someone else that's higher level than him, but he's got like a couple of 100 TS more than that guy, because he's been doing this trade option. So if you go into here and you go into trade, you can trade all these things, right? A lot of them are useless. Like I would never trade, like this is just super expensive. So I wouldn't really bother with this. I wouldn't really bother with this. You can trade your PvP coins, I guess, for item find or experience tomes and stuff, or energy. You could, or badges or whatever. I did that for a while. I did badges when I was doing expedition. I basically used all of them on badges, but by far the best one to use it on is your stat points. So it costs 50 silver coins, which seems to be the one that's hard to get, right? Bronze coins got shitload of. Gold coins, you know, considering you need 10, I've got shitload of. Silver coins, I've got none of. But you trade them in, free stat point, free TS, easy. Keep doing that. You know, you do that 100 times, which is a fair bit, but you got an extra 100 TS on your competitors that have never done it. So yeah, it makes a difference. It does. It's a slow burn like everything else, but if you're like SSS1 level and he's, I don't know, let's quickly look him up. It is SSS1, right? Like I said, I don't actually pay attention or care. So SSS1, is that right? Yeah, he's level 721. So he's got 721 attribute stat points, and then he's probably got another couple of hundred just from doing those, what I just did then, getting those free stat points from trading. So if he, you know, say he's level 721 and he's got those another 200 TS from those things, that's a lot of TS extra just from experience and doing this. So you can see here, if you need a gold coin, it costs you 50 silver coins, so that's a bad trade. If you need a silver coin, it costs you 500 bronze coins. So that's not too bad, but considering you need 50 of these to get one stat point, you're doing 50 times 500. I've only got 28k. It's going to eat through it pretty damn quick. So while you're doing PvP, every like week or two, just check. And if you've got the coins there, I recommend getting stat points, which I'm pretty sure is the unanimous thing across the board of people recommend getting stat points. And if anyone's ever been curious about it or anything, my stat loadout, everything is into strength or power, as I've mentioned before, and then you make up the other stats with we do gear upgrades and stuff. But yeah, still waiting on that offhand. Otherwise, we're pretty damn close. Once we get that, we'll have a 2 set, and then we can upgrade the chest piece and get a 3 set, and then we can put this ring on as well and start walking towards all of that. But unfortunately, no drops just yet, but we'll see. Either way, that is Thursday capture rate done for another week. Unfortunately, again, no luck with getting drops. But we will continue next week. How are you, man? I'm good. We'll continue again with that next week, and hopefully between then and now and then, I should say, I'll get 1 Duobomz, and then we just need to get the 1 more in the Drifthin. But who knows? At the moment, like I said, I'm in a bit of a rut, so we'll see how we go. But for now, that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.